All right, guys. So it's Turn Up Tuesday, and this is the IG live version of It's Consulting Time. You know, the official time is 8 p.m., but this evening I have two dope gentlemen, one of which is here. And so I'm going to bring Mr. DRobb out, right? So DRobb is definitely an actor, producer, but he has a lot of things going on. So let me just talk to you about everything that he has going on. Y'all like my music? I know my indie music was dope, wasn't it? What's that?
What's happening?
How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm good.
I'm
And you?
good.
Cool. So introduce yourself to everybody, and then we're gonna get it popping.
Oh, what up, though? I'm Deon DRobb Robertson, actor, brand ambassador, Triple OG brand ambassador, director, a lot of hats. You know what I mean? Just thing.
And coach, and basketball coach. See, I ain't
Coach.
seeing play.
Right.
I ain't seeing
That's
play,
right.
but I know he be coaching. I don't know if he can play though.
No, I can play. I stopped playing a while ago. I don't know. The love for me actually just hooping, just like, I'm good. I don't want to risk no injuries. I mean, unless I ain't getting paid for it, I ain't gonna be out there for it.
Listen. I tell people all the time, those 20-year-old bones and these 30-some-year-old bones ain't the same.
Oh yeah. We got to keep ourselves in shape and work out. But if you ain't got to be out there running up and down the court and jumping and risking your health, I mean, unless you get in shape, paycheck for it, okay.
Absolutely. So, DRobb, talk to us a little bit about kind of how you transitioned, into acting, and then talk to us about what it's like to be a brand ambassador for Triple OG, which is y'all. If y'all don't know what the Triple OG brand is, you need to Google it now.
So transition to the acting, I never meant to get into acting. It really happened. I met this lady, which became my big sister, at a gym one day in 2015. Her name's Sharon Thomason. Rest in peace to her soul. But I met her at a gym, and she was working at LA Fitness doing a juice bar. And we got cool for like 2 weeks. And one day she was like, "I just want to give you an audition." And I was like, "Huh?" You know what I mean? I was like, "How you gonna do that?" And she said, "Well, I'm the CEO of the studio that films." And so she gave me an audition with Janthony Brown. They had something going on, and I did that, and it went well. It was a pilot show called "Doing It with My Ex," and I did good on that show. And then he ended up referring me to Rodney Perry, and then I ended up taking Rodney Perry improv classes for 6 weeks, and then after it was over, it was me and I don't know, Miss Charlene. Me, her. We all came up together. So Rodney had pulled me and Miss Charlene to the side with Chris Denise to the side, and he said, "One day you're gonna get an Oscar," and he told her one day she's gonna blow up in the comedy game, which didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fighting towards my Oscar, but I know it's gonna happen soon.
Absolutely.
But I was gonna quit my job. He said, "You need to focus on this, man. This is your passion." Because I was praying for my passion the years I moved down here. I mean, I beat a case. I went through a lot of stuff, man. I beat a case in Detroit, a big case, where I was facing 15 to 20 years. Mama died. Complications got into one of my parents, and I don't want to put Pops out there now, but he shot at me and just different stuff. But we cool now. But it's a lot that I was going through just to make it out to Atlanta. My mama said the day before she died, she was like, "God showed me you doing something in the entertainment business, and you was gonna beat your case and all this stuff," and everything she said happened. So, you know what I mean? She, like I said, she passed away the next day after that. But all that to say, to fast forward to, is just, once Rodney told me that, quit my job, and because I had a truck driving job. And once he told me, he was like, "Man, you need to focus on that. If you've been praying for your passion, this is it." And so I quit my job and been doing it ever since.
And guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Mr. DRobb, Deon Robertson to them, DRobb to us. But his story of tragedy, obstacles, triumph, and he's still on the journey. You really are a pillar to individuals who don't really know which way to go. And the interesting thing about it is your transparency speaks volumes. Your humility is even more magnificent because people, when you see him, his stature is very, very, very charismatic, very charming, but he's very serious about his craft. And so my question for you is, how are you able to really just say, you know what? All of these things have happened, but this is my common goal. Like, how are you able to get yourself into the mind frame of just pushing through when you know that there are still all these other outside forces that have the capacity to infiltrate what you're doing?
Well, one thing, Jesus. I mean, I know people had their different beliefs, but that's one thing I never gave up on. I done been to shootouts. I mean, stuff you couldn't even imagine. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into deep in that, but I know I always prayed. One thing my mom instilled in me was Jesus. Like, I know he's not a color person, and a lot of stuff we've been tricked to thinking it's about color, and a lot of people just sway away from Jesus because they think, oh yeah, the white man made this, but it's not about all that. Like, if people actually read the Bible, you understand that that's not a factor. You know what I'm saying? So I think my faith in Jesus is what still to this day. I mean, I done went through I'm not perfect by far, but everything I done fell short of, I know he still loved me. So for him to love me no matter what I did, what I've been through, and still to this day I'm still breathing through all the deaths that I should have been dead, can't nobody tell me nothing. So if he didn't give up on me, why would I give up on what I'm doing? I prayed for a passion, something that I love to do, whether I made money or not, but I eventually make money off of it. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So why would I stop? And why would I, say if he never gave up me, why would I give up on myself? You know what I'm saying? So that's what keeps me going every day. You know what I'm saying? Then I have kids. I have to instill that in them. You know what I mean? Because it's not about me. It's always about the next person. So that's my humility comes from loving other people, no matter what background they come from, no matter what they done did, no matter if you're gay, straight, whatever, because we all got something that we have fallen short of the glory of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So I just love people. I always was that way anyway. I always love people, and no matter what people have done, whatever, I kick it with you, we'll talk, we'll chop it up. It's always a way, because if God did all the stuff he did for me, he waiting on, if you still alive today, he's going to do the same thing for you. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day, being to shed your glory and through his light, like, you know what I'm saying, through whatever you're doing. Because he, just like a daddy, you want your kids to succeed, no matter how, my daughter can be bad one day and do whatever. I'm not going to stop loving her just because she done made mistakes. I'm going to keep loving her. It ain't nothing my daughter can make me not love her. So how you think he feel about us? It's 10 times heavier because his ways are higher than our ways. So with that being said, my push and drive is every day based off that. I mean, I can't give up. I got to keep going. It's no other. I can't make one excuse. Because when I got to face him one day, and he look at me and say, bruh, what I'm going to say? Oh, God, but it ain't nothing for me to say.
Ain't no what.
You know me. You know all of us. You know everything.
Yeah.
So,
oh, my God.
That's
DRobb, I'm glad. Let me just say, in 2022, I am so glad to hear a real Black man say what you just said. I tell people all the time, I don't knock anybody's beliefs, but I believe in Jesus. And if truth be told, I was looking at one of the comments and an individual said, how do you feel about the Bible saying we obey our masters? Well, it's just like anything else. Everybody gonna interpret the word the way they want to interpret it.
Yeah.
I don't. This is the thing. If you lived during slavery time, that's how you're going to interpret it.
Yeah.
If you grew up in the 80s and it was 70s, 80s, 90s, you're probably going to interpret it the way we interpret it.
Oh, yeah.
You obey those in authority over you. So what that means is, if I'm your teacher in the classroom, you're going to obey me.
Obey.
And so, thank you for
all comes from one place, though. It's only one. Everything is all. We all replicas of him. So at the end of the day, you got to obey something. You can be in the class, like people don't want to obey God. Say, I don't want to listen to what God tell me to do. Well, then if you go to work and you're working for that job, you ain't going to go there and tell that boss, oh, I'm not doing nothing you said, because guess what? You'll be fired.
Absolutely.
So how much more to obey the one who created everything? See what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
And I think, and also, and thank you so much, it's Whole Live Nigga. Shout out to Whole Live Nigga. I love him because he's another person that's not afraid to ask a question and challenge the status quo. So I'm so appreciative of that. But DRobb, you've already given the jewels, and just coming on here, you brought us joy. So we're gonna talk about the justice component. Let's talk about the justice real quick. Being that you have touched our systems, the powers that be,
right?
How do you feel right now in 2022 being a Black man in times like these?
Well, like I said, it's a spiritual warfare. So I don't look at it me just being a Black man. I look at me being a person, because everybody is going through some type of war, whether you Black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever. You're going through a spiritual battle. So I look at it as spiritual warfare, and it's deeper than it's ever been, because the enemy time is getting short, man. So, you know what I'm saying? The time. So it's like we seeing it happen. It's happening like it's supposed to happen. God said it will happen this way. So I look at it as just a spiritual warfare. I don't look at it as me being just a Black man no more. At one point in life I did, like, man, and I know our culture faces a lot. We do. But that's not because of God, it's because there's Satan. We got an enemy. We got an enemy out here, bro, that kills, steal, destroy. So he created that racial tension, because we really just all people. If you look and really study the word and see, it's like sand. When God made us out of dirt, what's the different molecules and the molecules and colors in dirt? It's white, black, brown. That's where we got our color from.
Hold up now. So, don't you give them that science lesson. Because, see, everybody don't want their own science. People want to use their own science.
But that's where the color comes from. The color, our color literally comes from, he made us from dirt. So all the different colors in dirt, that's how we all got our colors. Of course, we all came to different cultures, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he loved us all. So it don't matter about that. So it's just like, and being as well as a Black man, okay, yeah, I love my culture. I know it's certain stuff that the enemy has put against our culture, specifically, just like stuff put against a white culture and stuff put against the Mexican culture.
That's true.
He's just attacking everybody. He don't give a kid. He don't play fair. So at the end of the day, I look at it as just that it's getting worse and worse. It's not, as far as the world-wise, it's going to get worse than this. We ain't seen nothing yet. But if you walk and just knowing, like, man, Jesus got me through all this, and you believe in him, bruh, like, you can't be stopped for real. Everybody go through trials and tribulation. Whether you follow God or not, you're going to go through trials and tribulation.
Oh, yes.
So why not go through them following the master, the real master? Because you're going to go through him regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not following God, you're going to go through him because the enemy going to play games with you. If you is following God, he know you got power, so he's going to throw stuff at you. But either way, you're going to go through something, so why not choose the master? Whether you want to believe it or not. It's a natural feeling. You naturally in your heart know what the truth is. Everybody knows. Naturally, but a lot of times instead, that's why I always keep it real with myself. Because even if I make mistakes or I make a mistake to somebody or a friend or something, I do something wrong, I'm quick to apologize. Like, bro, I messed up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't judge you. I can't do this and do this, because I got to look myself in the mirror. You got to examine yourself. Once you start examining yourself about everything, you're going to see the world in a different eye. When you examine yourself, you can't judge or blame nobody for what they do, because everybody go through their own personal conflict and trials and tribulations.
Guys, if you are just now checking in, it's consulting time, and it's not mine tonight, it's his, because he is really shutting it down. So DRobb, this was going to happen. I know this was brief, but I definitely wanted everybody to see your face. But we're going to transition over to all things authentic in a couple of weeks. I know you got some projects coming up, so you got to tell us about what you can. But we're going to transition over. And DRobb, I want us to have this conversation, but I want us to have this conversation when we have an hour to really talk about putting the race down, putting the religion down, and let's just talk about being children of the King. That's what we're going to do. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I would bet my shoe collection that you are the first Black man, and I'm going to say it, that I've heard publicly speak this philosophy in a long time, because everybody now has this disdain for what we're speaking about, not understanding that man made religions, but your relationship with God is something different. All these different denominations were man-made. You get what I'm saying? But like you said, it's only one God. And so, DRobb, I want us to go there. I want us to talk about this.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely want to talk about it. But tell us all about what you got coming down the pipe.
Okay, this is the last time I'm going to say to everybody before we're going to that. I just want to say to everybody out there watching, listen, just take it day by day. Even sometimes you got to take it moment by moment, because we go through so much stuff. It's always something going on in our brain. Satan is always talking. God is talking too. But at the end of the day, everything that's good and that's loving, that comes from God. Anything that's bad and negative, that always comes from the enemy. So take it sometimes you got to take it moment by moment, because live for day by day. Don't worry about tomorrow or the next day or the next day. It's enough battles in one day. If you really sit back and think about all the stuff you go through, depressions, up and down, just different stuff in one day, if you take it moment by moment and not worry about that, just say, let me get through this day, let me be productive in this day, your life will change, because your mind is going to start changing on things. You're going to see things differently. Yes. But I love y'all. You know, everybody out there, whoever watching, love y'all. I hope y'all have a prosperous life every day. Just take it day by day. But yeah, I have I have a movie right now on BET Plus. The lady Sharon, I told you, that's like my business to put me. This was her executive production, but she ended up passing away. So Khalil Kane, which is Raheem off Juice, for everybody to know, whatever.
Yeah.
He finished. He was directing it, so he finished it, and I was actually a production assistant on there too. So I was there for every scene. Not only did I have an acting role, I was there for everything. And it's a great film. It's out right now on BET Plus. It's called The Millennial.
Okay.
And it's like it says right. It's Khalil Kane's directorial debut. It's dope. You got Terry Vaughn, Oba off Life, Jarrell. It's an all-star cast, man. It's a beautiful film, and it's a good film. So y'all can check that out. And also I have a film coming out in a few weeks that's called I Wish I Never Met You, which was directed by the award-winning writer, Zane. Of course, it's her movie. And me, Travis Cure, Alfonso, Akon, Jackson, or whatever. It's another dope cast that's coming on Amazon Prime really soon. And, man, I got Broken Covenant, which I have a lead role in Broken Covenant. That's on Amazon right now. And like I said, I just got signed to an agency for the first time ever. So y'all about to see a lot of great things coming up.
Congratulations!
Thank you. But all these years I've been getting my roles off God, bro. I Sharon put me in the position to introduce me to so many people. Your Michael B. Jordans, your Clifton Piles, which is like my brother, my granddaddy, my pops, everyone who called me. So it's so many people that I'm connected to in this business, but never asked them for one favor. All these years I've just been grinding. Now I just, because of Rodney Perry, shout out to Rodney Perry, referred me to an agency. So I'm signed to an agency now. So it's going to be a whole lot more. All the stuff I've been doing it on my own. Well, not doing it on my own, it's been God, but doing it on my own as far as grinding in this business. Yes. Now I got somebody to represent me. So it's really about to be off the chain now. You know
so basically, pretty much what you did was you were faithful over a little bit of things. And now that's what it is.
So now.
DRobb, thank you.
Go.
Thank you for being here. We'll definitely connect about what's next, because we do have to have that conversation. We have to have that conversation. But I'm so excited for everything you have going on. Guys, follow DRobb 2K3 right here on Instagram. And please, please,
Thank you.
please be humble, be transparent, and be vigilant. It's your girl, Lily Mae, and we're out.
Okay, and thank you, fam. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. See you later.